Everybody has their own tastes, be it food, music, colors, and of course this channel's topic, anime. Now, I'd get behind the statement, anime is trash and so am I. Especially when watching my stupid guilty pleasure shows like Rent a Girlfriend where I get a near lethal dose of secondhand cringe. To some, shows like this are a tantalizing treat they're looking forward to each season, but there are other anime watchers, especially our forefathers, who are on the edge of their seat for a different genre, mecha. Today, I want to provide a brief introspective on the mecha genre, on why it doesn't seem so popular now, and as someone who hasn't sought out these shows, what I do enjoy from the ones that I've watched. If this type of content powers your mech, then I encourage you to hit the subscribe button, as it would greatly help the channel and let me know if I should do something like this in the future. Mecha anime was one of the first genres to hit mainstream culture status all the way back in the 1960s. From 1965 to 1979, there were 42 mecha anime, and from 1980 to 95, there were 158. From 1996 to 2010, 184. But from 2011 to 2023, there have just been 111, 55 of which being a continuation from a series made before 2011. And of the 56 other anime, very few have seen success, with Guilty Crown, Aldnoah Zero, and Knights and Magic being the few to score above a 7 on my anime list. The only real exclusively mecha hits in recent times are the film Promare and the anime series 86. To me, this decline in popularity seems caused by a shift in the exposure to quality series. I would even dare correlate the fall of mecha with the rise of isekai, as now seasons are filled with up to 12 different isekai anime at a time, most of which also don't score highly on my anime list. I will always advocate for quality over quantity, which gives us shows like 86, even letting the audience know that the second season would have delays while it was airing, and it didn't bother me as the result was still amazing. As someone who has enjoyed the mecha genre from shows like 86, Code Geass, and Mobile Suit Gundam The Witch from Mercury, I think it leans more towards everything that is not actually related to a person and a robot fighting another person and a robot. The overarching narrative and what it delivers via the robot fights gets my attention faster than getting hit by the robot itself. To understand the viewpoint of someone who identifies as more of a mecha fan than me, I asked a well-respected authority to explain their process of how they were converted into a Gundam enjoyer. They said, quote, "I've actually always been kind of weird about giant robots, and the reason for this is a VHS tape of the 1970s anime Mazinger Z and early exposure to Transformers as a child. I bought a model kit of Mazinger Z and really enjoyed it. Did the same for a Transformers kit, and then looked around for other kits before coming to the realization that there kind of weren't many that weren't based on Gundam. So I started watching Gundam to have a better reason to buy specific kits, and then I found I just enjoyed the series." End quote. This origin story goes further to show why we all have our differing tastes. Knowing what we like and why can be traced back to the roots of our very being. A similar feeling followed me all the way into the anime world, and to understand what makes a good mecha show, to me, I need to go back to the beginning. Okay, maybe not that far back. My first introduction to anime was in 2015, where I watched what some consider a mecha anime, Attack on Titan. At the time, I did not even consider the genre, since to me, it was just a giant robot fighting another giant robot. Being the little baby anime watcher I was at the time, I could only call it Gundam and could not distinguish that from any other mecha show. I had seen other clips of shows that I did not know by name at the time, Gigantor, Macross, Full Metal Panic, and others, but to me, they were all Gundam. After I had a few shows under my belt, I realized anime wasn't just for those kids Naruto running down the hall or wearing Dragon Ball t-shirts practicing their Kamehameha at lunch. Now, as a cultured member of the anime community, having seen Attack on Titan, Death Note, and Sword Art Online, I knew real anime watchers enjoyed shows like Gundam and Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. Since Gundam is such a wide franchise, I did not know where to start, and Gurren Lagann was on Netflix, so I gave it a shot, and I absolutely did not care for it at all. I wanted to see more of the management of the city than see Simone send it to space. I was a little confused. People raved about this. I could barely finish it. And watching that put me off mecha and even attempting to watch a Gundam for a while. That is, until I gave the genre one more chance. The epitome of anime for some people, while also being sold as a mecha, had completely blown the door open for me to understand what all a mecha could be. Of course, that anime was Neon Genesis Evangelion. The franchise is known for its narrative around the protagonist's mental state, and the phrase of "Shinji, get in the robot" isn't necessarily geared towards the fact he needs to be piloting a mech, but it's about why he won't get in the robot. Once I knew there could be such a powerful narrative acquainted with the genre, I was happy to watch Code Geass, and now most recently Mobile Suit Gundam The Witch from Mercury. This was my first step into the Gundam franchise, which I liked for not only its animation and sound design, including the openings and endings, but also for these same reasons that the Gundams were a tool for the plot rather than the plot itself. And we really didn't see any consequential mecha fights until the latter half of the series. Had I not started with Witch from Mercury, I might never have watched the Gundam show, but now I may give more of them a shot. Currently, I'm thinking Iron-Blooded Orphans will be next. It was the very same for Code Geass, an anime that had me at the beginning. It had everything that I was looking for: political subplots, fleshed out characters with clear motivations and goals, great action scenes, disguising oneself so those goals aren't known by other parties. It was a blast. Unfortunately, however, not every anime can be the Code Geass or Evangelion tier. It's what makes them special, and seeing other shows get cranked out like bottled water, copied and pasted from a template to try and please the viewers, is disheartening. This isn't just for mecha anime, but for all genres. So, where is the state of mecha anime now? Gurren Lagann fans would be happy to hear that it's in a spiral, though downward. It isn't falling at a quick rate. I believe that there is potential for a mecha revival if there can be such quality content each season like 86 and Mobile Suit Gundam The Witch from Mercury, the latter of which even inspired me to purchase my first Gunpla kit. We all have that one reason that gives us our spark of joy. I would love to hear about your experiences in the comments of the video. This is a new format I'm trying out. Let me know if you all liked it, and there may be more on the horizon. But that's it for now. I'll catch you all later.